Late in the evening, a sudden explosion reverberated through the coastal city of Caesarea, sending waves of concern through local communities. The explosion was reported near the private residence of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, immediately prompting speculation and concern about the nature of the blast. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, on high alert due to the recent intensification of regional tensions, launched an immediate response. Within minutes, IDF personnel flooded the area, launching flares to illuminate the night sky and initiating a meticulous search operation for any signs of incoming missiles, drones, or other potential threats. The incident quickly drew widespread attention, with residents of Caesarea describing the sound as a deep rumble that seemed to shake buildings in the area. The explosion's proximity to Netanyahu's residence fueled rumors about whether this might have been a targeted attack. Israeli security officials initially withheld specific details as they assessed the situation, heightening public speculation. The IDF's swift mobilization underscored the seriousness with which Israeli authorities were treating the incident. A significant area around the blast site was cordoned off as soldiers, security experts, and bomb disposal units converged to assess any physical remnants left by the explosion. Local news reports detailed the rapid deployment of Israeli forces in the aftermath of the blast. Authorities had not immediately confirmed the cause, but initial theories pointed to either a drone or missile attack, given the recent uptick in regional hostilities. The IDF has been on high alert amid the mounting threats from groups and states in the region, including Hezbollah and Iran-backed factions, both of which have expressed hostilities toward Israel. Although no group has yet claimed responsibility, the explosion near a high-profile target like the Prime Minister's residence stirred speculation about a potential political message behind the event. For its part, the IDF announced that its troops had not detected any missile debris in the immediate search, suggesting that if this were indeed an attempted attack, it might have involved unconventional means. Some military analysts have suggested the possibility of a drone mishap, citing recent drone activity around sensitive sites within Israel as part of escalating tensions with regional adversaries. A senior Israeli defense official speaking on background highlighted the growing challenges in maintaining airspace security, especially with the increased deployment of drones by groups in Lebanon and Gaza. These drones, often cheap and easy to deploy, are much harder to detect and intercept than traditional missiles, especially when they approach targets at low altitudes. At the same time, Israel's air defenses, including the Iron Dome and David Sling systems, have been active and under considerable strain from ongoing hostilities. Even these highly sophisticated systems are not foolproof, particularly when faced with multiple, small-scale aerial intrusions. This complexity was underscored earlier in the year when IDF radar systems recorded a series of unidentified drones crossing into Israeli airspace from Lebanon, reportedly launched by Hezbollah operatives as part of a wider reconnaissance effort. As the IDF investigation continued, Israeli intelligence agencies began piecing together possible motives and reviewing potential suspects. Given the heightened geopolitical environment, a targeted attack could have served multiple purposes for adversaries, such as signaling strength or attempting to disrupt Israeli domestic morale by demonstrating that even high-ranking officials are not beyond reach. However, some defense experts remain cautious about jumping to conclusions, suggesting that while the explosion near Netanyahu's residence was troubling, it could also have been an accident involving military-grade equipment or even an unrelated industrial mishap. Nonetheless, the explosive event underscored vulnerabilities in Israel's coastal defense system, which has been strained by recent clashes. In response to the incident, Prime Minister Netanyahu convened an emergency security briefing with key national security advisors and high-ranking military officers. The meeting included Israel's chief of military intelligence, representatives from the Mossad, and the Shin Bet. Discussions reportedly focused on possible security lapses that could have allowed such an incident to occur so close to the residence of the Prime Minister, as well as potential countermeasures to reinforce the security of high-value locations. The Prime Minister later addressed the nation briefly, reassuring citizens that Israel remains steadfast and vigilant against any threats. "We will continue to guard the people of Israel and ensure the security of our citizens, no matter where these threats may arise," he stated. As investigations proceed, Israel's response could take multiple forms, depending on whether or not foreign involvement is confirmed. If the IDF's findings indicate that an adversarial state or group was indeed responsible, Israeli security analysts suggest that a retaliatory strike or cyber countermeasures could follow. Israel's defense strategy traditionally involves swift and decisive responses to attacks, particularly when they target or threaten government officials. Meanwhile, the Israeli public has responded with a mixture of anxiety and resilience, recognizing that the country has faced numerous threats over its history. Social media channels were abuzz with discussions and speculations, with some citizens calling for an increased military presence along the borders, while others pushed for advancements in air defense capabilities. Experts also note that this explosion has further highlighted the challenges Israel faces in the age of modern warfare. The rapid evolution of drone technology, coupled with the relative affordability of these devices, has opened up a new front for Israel's adversaries, who can now deploy aerial threats that bypass traditional defense mechanisms. Although Israel has developed counter-drone technologies and maintains a strong aerial surveillance network, analysts warn that adversaries are becoming increasingly creative in their attempts to breach Israeli security.